All right, welcome to Straight Red Card, and this is the show where we take on Brian Jackson's question about the core players for the U.S. men's national team. Before we get to that, before I read this long ass fucking sentence that he wrote, multiple sentences,
a couple sentences, yeah.
I mean, it's like a mile long. I just want to, did you watch the David Kerr interview with on 11 Yanks with Pete and Filippo?
The pre-announcement or post-announcement?
Like the pre-announcement of who might make the Revelations Cup.
I watched about 15 minutes, and then Comcast decided to shit a brick on my internet and completely cut out until 3 a.m.
So there's a post one now too, because no team's been announced.
They talked about having a post one on Filippo's channel, I think.
Okay, well, I don't think there is one yet, and because there's no team been announced, because there's no fucking coach, right?
Well, I think it was for the U17s is what they are going to do the post on.
David Kerr is a very knowledgeable guy. He really is. But if we had him on our show, I don't know how he could handle it, because we're idiots. I mean, the dude is like really solid. He knows his shit. But like, I know he was hired by Columbus Crew to do their scouting, which I think is really impressive. It was just based off his fucking YouTube page, which is amazing. And then he went in there and he did it. Anyhow, the point is, like, I've never seen the guy laugh. So I don't know if he's possible to make him laugh. So I don't know.
Challenge accepted.
I think we should have him on the show, dude. I think we should try to get him drunk and come on our show.
Do it.
I think that would be great. I'm gonna ask Filippo if he'll send me Dave's information.
Or have Filippo send Dave our information.
Yeah, either way. I don't want to make him uncomfortable.
That's why it puts the ball in his court.
Yeah, although I don't think I would make him uncomfortable right away. It would be once
he's on the show.
once we hit record, Dave'd be like, "Holy fuck, what did I get myself into?"
What happened here?
Also, I did not know this, Brett. I'm sorry. How long I've been out of the circles. I did not know that. Is it Mila Kunis or Mila Kunis? That chick that was on the show, the 70s show.
It's Mila.
Mila Kunis, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know she was married to fucking Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, that once Ashton and
Demi Moore,
yeah, broke up.
I did not know that.
This is out of my wheelhouse too. I'm not up on the celebrity gossip because fuck celebrities.
The only reason I know this because I fuck celebrities all the time.
You fuck celebrities, man.
Is because she was on Hot Ones and I watch Hot Ones and she ate all the wings, the hot wings and shit. So I like that show, and I like how Sean does the questions like right while their mouth is burning. So I watched it and I just learned that they're married, and I didn't know that because I don't care about celebrities. And then I
fuck celebrities.
I learned that, Mila's kind of cool. Mila's did a Family Guy for years, and so I was willing to watch that.
Now I don't know. You keep saying Mila, and that sounds so wrong. I think it's Mila.
It is Mila. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's how bad I am at celebrities. I know
literally just said that, and I was like, you kept saying Mila. I was like, wait, that sounds so wrong.
All I know, she also dated Macaulay Culkin for I had to go down a rabbit hole for 8 years. 8 years. That fucking guy. That guy who looks like a scarecrow. I mean, listen, he's a talented guy. I'm not taking that away from him, but man, she's hot and he's like hot garbage, like to look at least. But I mean, listen, he might have some amazing, I'm sure he does have an amazing character, and that actually matters a lot more. I didn't think you
were going to say character, but
what were you gonna? I was going to talk about his cock.
Probably.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to talk about his Le Coq Sportif. That's for Macaulay Culkin. I mean, listen, he's a great actor. Culkin. That was a total accident. Trust me. Did I say cocking?
I don't know anymore. God damn it.
My bad. All right, we better get to this question or we're not going to get there. All right. That's enough of that. All right. That's my fault. I brought it up. All right. This is the question from Brian Jackson. Pull it together. All right. He says Greg needs to just pick a consistent group and stick with them. Maybe small changes around a core of 6 or 7 players. I don't even care if they are the absolute best for their position. I do. Mm-hmm. If we go for the best player, that changes week to week based on the player's club performance, especially for strikers. Okay. It's about developing rapport. Yeah, somewhat. Who would you guys pick to be in the 6 or 7 players that we know we can call up whenever and they will perform? Well, they got to be healthy. And he says, I think our team also lacks a leader. What? Adams is a good leader.
I think he's he says a leader with experience. And while he definitely has experience, he's been with Leipzig for a couple of years now.
He goes on to say with experience, character, and toughness. Okay, so Adams is missing experience, but he's got character and he's a tough motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I think that his experience over the last 2 seasons with Leipzig gives him some, and in the Champions League gives him some experience. He said, this is hard to find when the average age of your team is 12.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't think they're 12, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Also, when I say 6 or 7, I would be happier with a consistent 11, but I know because of injuries and COVID red zones. Oh, so he brings up injuries. This is impractical. Yeah, yes, you just nailed it on the head. There's all kinds of weird shit you just don't expect. That's why Reina and Pulisic might not make the November window, right? But let's just say in a perfect world, everybody's healthy, Brett. We have at least 6 or 7 players that could make up the core.
So I have 7 players of the current batch without Pulisic or Reina.
Yeah, I do too.
So,
but if you add them in, you've got at least the 9 and maybe 10.
Well, I mean, I feel like when you add Reina and Pulisic, and you're at least taking 1 player out.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, if you're looking for a core group of guys you can depend on, you start at the goalkeeper, you got Turner. Done. Or
let's also preface this by, instead of just saying a core group you can rely on, it's a core group that he wants on the pitch almost every game, playing consistently with each other, developing that chemistry is what he's referring to.
That's not going to happen every single game.
Well, we will. Well, and we talk about this every window, in the sense that when Berhalter makes those wholesale changes, we're all like, no. If you don't want Adams to play 270 minutes in 7 days, we'll start him and play him for 60 minutes one game. Gauge the second game 70, 80 minutes or whatever, and then play him for 60 the next game. Mix it up, but at least have your core group that you're starting the match with, is what he's trying to say.
Yes, but even so, when you have 3 games within, so many days, there's going to be some rotation. My point is, we go beyond 6 or 7. We're fine. We're fine. Listen, all right. So core players: Robinson on the left, Dest on the right back, Brooks in the middle, and then whoever plays along Brooks. And I think you can say, honestly, if you're being honest about it, Miles Robinson is reliable. He's a core player we can rely on going forward. Brooks is actually more tenuous than Miles is, because we don't know when he's going to have a back spasm, or we don't know when he's going to be slow or make a bad decision. So there's that. You got Adams, you got McKenzie, you got Reina, you got Pulisic, you got Pepe. I think Pepe's in that category at this point. I think, and then
you have to work on McKinney. It's McKinney, not McKenzie. It's McKinney.
God damn it! I did it again.
That's like 4 times tonight, man.
I'm a fucking moron.
So okay.
McKinney and Aronson, and you got. I mean, Richards is in the core group, but I mean, listen, that's what 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we're talking about lots of players.
Let me list my 7 core, because the way I'm addressing this question is the way I thought he was taking it, is that in a game you want to have this core group of players. Now, of course, as the games progress, maybe instead of McKinney playing, you throw a Busio in there, but you still have Musa and Adams next to each other playing off of this. So you still have a core group of players playing, and you can substitute them around. That's not a problem.
Sure.
But you're still focusing on this is our core group. So I have 7 core group players. And of course, it can change because when we start adding in Pulisic and Reyna, the number can obviously. We can say the whole group we can say our starting 11 is core. In all honesty, we could, but we won't. So
we could, except for if you include Musa, I guess that's a core for me.
So my take is, looking at the goalkeeper, it has to be a core player. Berhalter has to pick a number 1 here. If he wants to go with Steffen, go with Steffen. If he wants to continue with Turner, continue with Turner. But when you start mixing up the goalkeepers, they have their own ways of how they manage the box and manage the defenders and stuff like that. When you start throwing in the new goalkeepers, I feel like there's going to be a lot of miscommunication between people.
Sure.
I think nail it down. I think if there's one position on the field that can play all 3 games or 2 games or whatever consistently, I think goalkeeper minus any knocks or anything like that is it. I mean, you're really only making a couple of key saves a game on a good day.
Mm-hmm.
So Turner 7, pick one. Let's roll with it and move forward. So as far as the remaining 6 core, I've got Miles Robinson because he's been an absolute stud almost in every single game he's been with us.
Yep.
So I feel like he's one of the core players. Adams, McKinney, and Musa. And this is a core right up the middle of the field, in all honesty.
Yep.
And then you throw in Aronson and Pepe. I think those are the core 7 players that I have.
Wait.
Yeah.
No, if Reyna and Pulisic are healthy.
No. This is how they are now. And I said, if Reyna and Pulisic are healthy, it's different. This is my core group now.
But he said going forward. So that could be like into the future.
Sure. So. If Reyna and Pulisic are healthy, unfortunately, that boots Aronson from the core group. Because
and
Pulisic I don't have Weah as a core group player. Because then don't get me wrong. He had a stellar game against Costa Rica, and he's probably going to be continuing to play consistent minutes with us, especially with all the injuries and stuff like that.
And for Lil.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. Great player, but I'm focusing on a core game in, game out type thing. Like if I had to pick 7 players for every single game, this would be my 7 type thing.
Well, I could pick 11.
Well, you could. That's not the exercise, Derek.
I get it, but listen, it should be the exercise.
Let's pick a starting 11 for every game, and then you can make some changes, a few changes here and there.
That's
the
idea
behind the core is that the core is still have this group of players that are consistently playing with each other over and over again.
So now, when healthy, yes. All right, when healthy, Turner, Robinson on the left, Dest on the right, Brooks in the middle with Miles, Adams, Musa, McKenzie, Reyna on the right, Pulisic on the left, and Pepe up top. That's your core 11. That's it. They should be starting every single game when there is significant time to rest and no injuries and no knocks. Done. That's the story. And then you still have Aronson and Weah to back up, Pulisic and Reyna on the wings if necessary. It gets a little shaky in other spots, but we do have a core. And that's not the fact that we do have a core and we aren't seeing it is due to injuries and to Greg. That's it. And those are the reasons why. So, I don't know. I think that does it for this.
Well, again, you changed the topic though. So it wasn't meant to be 11, the starting 11.
I get it, but I just don't understand why you got to limit to 6 or 7 when there are 11. Let's just do 11.
Because I guess the concept is there has to be some form of rotation in there.
No, I didn't say there didn't need to be.
I'm not saying you didn't say that. I'm just saying that the reason why it's limited down to 6 or 7 is you're focusing on a group of people that are starting every game and then you're rotating out fresh legs elsewhere.
What I am saying is this can be the starting 11 as long as a bunch of them, half of them can be pulled. 5 of the fucking 10 outside players, outfield players could be pulled at 65, 70, 75. Yes. So if you got that many choices to, replace these guys and give them a breather instead of a blow, then yeah, do it. Do it, So this should be the core lineup of 11, and then you just rotate from outside of that during that window.
And I guess the concept here in the end is look at the rest of CONCACAF when they're playing, and they've got their starting 11. And every game they may make a change here and there, like this Buchanan starts over, insert player here for Canada. And so that could also happen here, where like there maybe there's a game where Pulisic gets a breather, or like a bench, and Aronson starts over him. But you're still keeping more or less 9 or 10 out of the starting 11 consistently working from the get go on, because all the other teams are doing that too. You don't see Mexico doing a lot of wholesale changes from game to game to game.
Right.
Because how are you supposed to build any form of chemistry and cohesiveness? Especially when your first game, you come out and you absolutely slaughter Jamaica, and then you go to Panama and you're running on this high, and then half the team sits the bench.
Yep.
Or doesn't travel because of various reasons.
Exactly.
So he has to find, similar to my point on Turner or Stephen, he has to find a starting 11. That's your starting 11. Play it game in, game out. Make some changes here and there, but don't make a whole half a line change,
Yeah, I don't want to see, who I don't want to see starting the next second game, because that's how Greg does it. I'm not, Skunkhead can't do it. He's injured. Yeah, but the other guys in that category, and I'm not going to name them because we've done enough of that. And then the last question of the night is, why don't the U.S. U20s have a coach?
The world may never know.
It's a great question. And the answer is that, I don't know, they're idiots. That's why they don't have a coach, because if you want to be the coach, you have to move to Chicago or else. And, I think we've nailed down who they're hoping will be the coach, because there was only one player who went to Chicago this weekend to interview for both the Chicago job and the U.S. men's national team U20s job. And we know that assistant coach was from Columbus, and the only guy of those three who was was in Chicago for both of those interviews was Ezra Hendrickson, right?
Well, I definitely know that he was in Chicago for the interview for the Chicago job. Chicago was interviewing a couple of coaches, 3 coaches, I think, to be exact.
So it would be just coincidence that Ezra Hendrickson was in Chicago for that interview, and then apparently stayed for another couple of days and did another interview with the U.S. men's or for the U.S. soccer.
And I can't verify that he interviewed for the U20s, but 2 birds, 1 stone. It makes sense. Might as well.
I can guarantee you that's what happened.
Sure.
I mean, if we haven't nailed this down now, unless Ezra Hendrickson becomes the next manager of Chicago Fire, he's going to be the next manager of the U20 U.S. men's national team, youth team. So I think we've nailed it down. It's going to be Ezra Hendrickson or bust for them.
I'm really not sure which position would be better.
I don't know, Brett.
Being a Chicago fan myself, I'm still sitting there going, maybe you should take the U20s position. Ooh.
Well, the interview that happened was reported that it was a Columbus Crew assistant coach. There was only one other Columbus Crew. There's only one Columbus Crew assistant coach in Chicago this week doing interviews. That was Ezra Hendrickson. So if they don't get him, we're just not going to have a coach. And then we're going to have to go play the Revelations Cup with, like, I don't know, maybe Sunil Gulati will coach the team. That fucking idiot who doesn't know anything about fucking actual soccer.
I feel like Berhalter's got a couple of assistants who could just jump down. Hey, Jason Kreese is always looking for a job. So
did you say Kreese?
Kreese Christ, sorry. Jesus.
Maybe his name should be Kreese, because Christ seems a little too big. Like, I got a crease down my ass butt, Your
ass butt? It's like you were hesitant on saying ass and you threw butt in there anyways.
Well, because the crease isn't on my asshole. The crease is on my butt. So that's why I said that. And that's where Christ is right now. He's in a very, very lowly butt sniffing spot right now. And I hope, I hope he pulls it together. But if his decision making is any indication of the future for Jason Christ, he's going nowhere fast.
Dude, after his time with the U23s, I don't want him anywhere in the national picture.
I don't either, dude. I mean, it was so bad. That whole
I know tactical wants him there, but still.
Roster, yeah, right. That roster was just so mispicked. It's just unbelievable at this point that I look back on it now.
I feel like a bunch of names are thrown into a hat and he just drew them at will.
Jonathan Lewis, give me a fucking break. All right. I think that's gonna do it. Hey, you like free climbing? Do you do that shit?
Yeah, all the mountains around here in central Indiana.
I just watched some special on free climbing, and I thought these guys are fucking insane. What a bunch of fucking idiots! You could just die any minute, and I guess that's the shit they thrive on. It's like I could die any minute, any second. I'm gonna slip off this fucking mountain, fall 300 feet, and crack my fucking skull against a rock and die. I love that idea. I'm like, why? I don't get it. I don't know. It's just something I'll never understand, Brett. Just won't. Don't get it. No. Just don't get it.
Right. You could attach me to a rope. I still don't want to go ahead and climb a mountain regardless. I've got no interest in that. I'll hike a mountain. I'll hike a mountain, but I don't have no interest in actually climbing it up.
Yeah, but I ain't hiking like Everest or something shit like that and end up like Yellow Boots. Fuck that shit. I'm not doing that shit because I would be Yellow Boots. I'd be the guy be like, I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to take a nap here. You guys go ahead.
I feel like though you can find one of the frozen bodies and use them as a toboggan to get down.
You think that, but then there's like this one part of it where you literally climb across a ladder over a massive gap in the trail. So it's like you couldn't just toboggan down that whole shit on a dead body. Although that would be fucking cool if you could do it.
you hit a ramp off a cliff and you just soar over it. Do like a Superman.
I'm fucking riding Yellow Boots all the way down to the bottom of this bitch. Fuck walking. Because that dude's frozen, right? So you can figure out a way to manipulate. Listen, this is.
All right, he's good. We're going.
All right, yeah.
Let's get two more of you fuckers on here. Let's go.
This is not to denigrate Yellow Boots. I mean, he died many, 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 many years ago. I am sure I don't even know. I think they finally did identify the guy, but yeah, it's sad that he died. But shit, I'd still use him as a toboggan if necessary.
Woo!
Build me a ramp, bitches. I'm coming over to that crevice. I'm going straight down the hill.
Snowboarder
and
on white toboggans.
And
Yellow Boots down Everest.
At the same time, you're bringing his body off the mountain, right? So
that's considered for his family,
Yeah, so his family's gonna get to have the funeral and shit, and you survived, and you're not joining him.
Like you didn't have to bend his body upward. It had to be a toboggan shape. Come on.
I mean, otherwise it'd be like there's Blue Boots next to Yellow Boots. They've been there for over 2 decades. The first guy's some Indian guy, and the second guy's this dumb shit from Bloomington, Indiana, who took a nap during the hike. So, all right. I think that's enough for tonight. We'll continue to watch the show if you can. If you can't, well, still watch it anyhow. YouTube's great for doing that. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with whomever. We don't really give a shit at this point. Just share it somewhere. Pornhub, we used to say, but try X Hamster if that's not working. And we'll be back with you very soon, probably Monday or so on. And, we'll talk about the upcoming shit that is about to flow upon us.
Yeah, we should be getting that roster in about a week.
Yeah, so we should know that. We should also know the Revelations Cup roster here pretty soon. And
who's managing them?
It could be Kermit the Frog for all we know. All right, until the next time on Straight Red Card, good night, folks.